On play action, now Garoppolo. Trying to find Kupp, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. And this is going to be a Charger touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that. First drive, pick six.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly. Yeah,
usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Now Garoppolo to try again after the pick six. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Here we go.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side, but for lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way. I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
Here we go.
Garoppolo again. His throw caught at about the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Great gains back-to-back. Last time over 30 yards, better than 20 here. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line. They come out here in the I. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. And that's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for 2nd down. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Hey, Echo. We own them.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd and goal.
Now we got 3rd and goal coming up, and couldn't you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Randall Cobb, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Hey, Shell. Hey, 5.
Running from the gun, Johnson. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
Johnson, 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. They'll try the air now with Goff. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown, but it's going to be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
76.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Here's Carson. Brings it just past the 15, able to avoid the initial contact, but not much more there on the play.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
On 2nd and 15 now. Garoppolo toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken at the 18. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Throwing on second down. Goff, screenplay, Johnson. Give him 9 yards on the second down screenplay. He's fresh off that 3-touchdown performance last week that got him AFC Offensive Player of the Week, so you know that he was already on their radar. Now he's maybe even a bigger plane on their radar.
Bigger plane. I mean, he is the big dot on that screen that they're looking at and saying, how in the heck do we stop him? They're going to try a bunch of different things, different people covering him, but right now he's locked in and is in sync with his quarterback.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Johnson. And an alley to run. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7 our score. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Demario Davis, who was the Saints' leading tackler in his first year in New Orleans, in on the stop. On 2nd and 7, Goff. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Curtis Samuel, his first touchdown on the year. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Gostkowski with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back? There he goes, left side. 30, past the 20. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. It's a big play there for Miami. 73 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Hey, team 6, team 6. Hey, get on.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It's been my observation. There's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter. A lot of time to change things. They'll try to run with Carson, and he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Chris Carson, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Taking a shot for Samuel. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. But it'll be second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Gone. Well, going deep here for Taylor. And that one almost intercepted. Call it a 50-50 ball. It falls incomplete, and now 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Out of the gun. Gone. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. The final shot before break here. Gone. Taking a shot for Samuel. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Johnson. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
180.
Now on 2nd and 13. Goff. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Here we go with Johnson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first.
First down, Los Angeles.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. From the gun, here's Goff. Flushed out right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
So line of scrimmage, still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Benardrick McKinney, a first-time Pro Bowler a season ago, in on the tackle there. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. David Johnson with touchdown #7 on the year. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Eluding the pressure right. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to find his tight end, Chris Herndon, and it's third down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. It gets it over the middle to Cobb. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Garoppolo looks to throw. Caught left side, Hopkins. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins. His second touchdown on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. The extra point up and good. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Well, the offense has had a big day. He's been great running the football, but I don't think anybody liked that last result.
No, they didn't like the last result at all, but they have to look at it in total, don't they? They've had a big day running the football. You take an occasional loss or an occasional bad play along the way, but all in all, they have to like what they've done.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. On the return comes Cobb. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On first down, it's Carson. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Wait, focus, defense, focus.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Randall Cobb with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Dolphins are going to jump back in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 4-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. Goff now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it with Johnson. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Goff. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. A good convergence there defensively. Only a yard and it's 2nd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Now here's a throw, and that's Taywan Taylor with it. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Goff. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Jared Goff with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Chargers have once again taken the lead. Gostkowski the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Carson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Cooper Kupp was his intended target. And it's 3rd and short. To throw is Garoppolo. Flush to his right. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, trying to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for the right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it.
Short game last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. To throw is Garoppolo. Caught left side by Cobb. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 32-yard line. He has been terrific today, hasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. Running flawless 2-minute drill right here. This has been quarterbacking 101 with a flourish.
He's back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Here's second and 10 now from about the 32.
11.
Play action, Garoppolo. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Third and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both, because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. They took their shot for the end zone, almost cost them.
And he made the right play there, knocking it away. But, boy, it looked like he had a chance to come down with the football. And if he does that, this thing is over. Instead, he leaves him out there with another chance.
And that's off the right upright. Thought it might sneak in, but it did not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So this game's had a little bit of everything. Here's another little something. A potential game-tying fourth-quarter field goal that winds up hitting iron.
And there's always a chance that it's going to hit and bank itself in, but no such luck that time. And that's a body blow right there.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the power run out of the bag and got a couple extra yards with it. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. David Johnson, his second touchdown of the afternoon. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. The extra point up and good, but this one was decided anyway, as that will be the final action in this ball game. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for our visitors, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for Miami, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And fortunately for them, they'll have the early bye next week as they return to action in Week 6. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the